أعلنت المملكة استضافة قمة الافتراضية لقادة العالم في العاصمة الرياض في لحظة تاريخية غير مسبوقة.
إن علينا جميعا مسؤولية العمل معا والتعاون مع شركائنا في العالم لخلق بيئة يزدهر فيها العالم.
Introduction and Overview. The G20 was established in 1999, which used to convene at the level of finance ministers and central bank governors to hold high-level decisions on economic and financial issues. In the wake of 2008 financial crisis, the group was upgraded to include the leader of member states. The first G20 Leader Summit was held in Washington in November 2008.
Have you listened to the news today? It probably included a report on some crisis occurring somewhere in the world. There are wars, famines, climate issues, and economic crises. We are going to focus on the last of these and explain to you what connection the G20 has with this. Let's go back to the year 1997. Many East Asian countries are threatened with an economic crisis. Currencies are falling in value. Businesses are going bankrupt. Many people are losing their jobs or the money they have invested. Other countries now appear to be under threat as well. There was widespread concern. And so, in 1998, in the USA, a crisis meeting was held attended by 22 countries. This meeting was one of the milestones that resulted in the establishment of the G20 in December 1999. G stands for Group, and 20 stands for the 19 most important industrialized and emerging countries, plus the EU. In total, the G20 countries contain about 2/3 of the world's population. These states have a massive share of the world's economy and trade. The G20 is not an organization. No. Instead, it is a so-called informal forum. This means they cannot directly adopt laws. Rather, they simply act as a catalyst for new initiatives. Their opinion does, however, carry considerable political weight.
The members of the Group 20. The G20 members are Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, France, Germany, India, Indonesia, Italy, Japan, Mexico, the Republic of Korea, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, Turkey, the United Kingdom, and the United States of America, and the European Union. In addition to the G20 members, other countries are invited to participate. Spain is a permanent guest at the G20 meetings. In the year 2020, AD, Jordan, Singapore, and Switzerland were invited to participate as guests. International organizations that have contributed over the past years to the group's work will also be invited, and these organizations include the Food and Agriculture Organizations, the Financial Stability Board, the International Labour Organization, the International Monetary Fund, the Organization for Economic Cooperating and Development, the United Nations, the World Bank Group, the World Health Organization, the World Trade Organization.
Why was the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia chosen to be in the Group 20. The importance of Saudi Arabia's presence within the global G20, which includes 19 countries in addition to the European Union, is that Saudi Arabia has a positive and influential role in promoting the stability of a global energy market through its activity role in the global petroleum market. Taking into account the interests of energy producing and consuming countries, Saudi Arabia plays an important and influential role in international efforts aimed at achieving global economic stability, and it also plays an important role in shaping a global economic system that contributes to achieving the group's goal of encouraging strong, balanced, and sustainably. The importance of Saudi Arabia comes among the 20 countries as it is the largest exporter of oil, and oil is the largest commodity in trade, exchange, exports and imports, and represents $3.1 trillion annually, which reinforces the importance of Saudi Arabia among these 20 countries in that Saudi Arabia is the largest producer of this commodity in the world.
The group of 20 launches an international initiative to confront corona. The G20 launched an international initiative to speed up access to health tools needed to combat the emerging coronavirus. The Saudi Finance Minister, the current chair of the G20, said that the group is still working to bridge the financing gap to combat this pandemic, which is the statement at $8 billion. The G20 will continue its effort to strengthen the global cooperations from working on all fronts, the most important of which is bridging the current financing gap in the health sector. He said in a statement, integrating the initiative accelerate access to health tools for the COVID-19 pandemic. The international community is still facing a state of uncertainty regarding the depth and direction of the health crisis. He added, Saudi Arabia this month pledged $500 million to support international effort to combat the coronavirus pandemic.
The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia presidency of the G20 announced the holding of the virtual Extraordinary Leaders Summit on March 26, 2020. The summit will discuss ways to move forward to coordinate global efforts to impact the corona pandemic and limit it to humanitarian and economic impact. The members of the G20 will participate in the leaders of the invited countries, which include Spain, Jordan, Singapore, and Switzerland, as well the participation of the International Organization, the World Health Organization, the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank Group, the United Nations, the Food and the Agriculture Organization, the Financial Stability Council, the International Labour Organization, and the Economic Cooperation Organization, and Development, the World Trade Organization.
What are the achievements of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in combating corona? The Ministry of the Health, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, has made many prominent efforts to combat the emerging coronavirus. And one of these efforts is equipping hospitals all over the kingdom to receive cases infected with corona, a provision of ventilators for delayed cases. Economic efforts in Saudi Arabia to confront corona, all economic sectors in the kingdom and the world at large have been negatively affected due to the spread of coronavirus. The announcement of precautionary measure and the closure of many commercial activity, the kingdom response to this matter was to provide support to all the company and establishments in order to overcome the pandemic peacefully. And the measures were as follows. 177 billion Saudi riyal have been allocated for economic support for company and establishment in the kingdom, buying 60% of the salaries of workers in the private sectors to troubled companies, delay in collecting tax dues from the companies.
In conclusion, the G20 seeks to work to promote financial inclusion around the world. And since 2016, it has affirmed its commitment to implementing the new high-level G20 principle for digital financial inclusion. In order to enable countries to easily implement the principle of financial inclusion, in fact, without this initiative, implementing global economics principle will not be easy, because there is nothing that encourages countries to participate easily, which negatively affects the global economy. As if there is a state that applies the principle and a state that does not, then cooperating between them is not going to be easy.